You are listening to the Disney Dream Girls, an unofficial Disney Theme Parks podcast, and this is show number 384 for Sunday the 7th of November 2021.
Where dreams begin.
Hello and welcome to this week's Disney Dream Girls. My name is Michelle Young, and together with my jolly good chum Jayne Phipps, we are your guides to the place where dreams begin. Hello there, Jayne.
Hello there, Michelle, and how are we doing this early part of November? November already.
I know, lovely. We are speeding down the motorway of life towards hurtling to December the 25th at the moment.
Yes, that's the, I suppose it's going to be on everybody's lips now, isn't it? I did see people that literally get Halloween out of the way and the 1st of November, their Christmas tree is up. I have to say that's not happening in this house, but I think for some people it probably is happening out there.
Well, you see, the old hubster started playing carols in the middle of October.
That's not on, really.
I had to have words. I have found a strategy to stop him putting the Christmas tree up today.
Oh, okay. What was that?
Well, basically, we're ripping out the entire lounge, so he can't do that. We're having brand new windows, we're having all the decoration redone, new curtain poles, new curtains, new carpet, the lot. It's all been ripped out because the property we bought has basically got some need for decorations, shall we say. And one of the things we wanted to do, really big job, is to put in new windows because literally we are at quite a high elevation above sea level and our house does get battered with quite a lot of inclement weather, shall we say.
But the views are beautiful.
The views are beautiful, but you pay for the views by having driving rain and one needs to be toasty up here, up in the Highlands, should we say. So the first thing we did all the way back in May was the old log burner got put in, so we've got cosy fires. And then the next thing is to get rid of the eau de grey paint on the walls and put a bit of personality in.
Yeah, but how festive is your living room, your lounge going to look with that log burner going and all your decorations? It's going to be ever so festive.
It is, and I'm hoping for our tree going up at the beginning of December. So that is the schedule we are working to. So hubby's got the next few weekends as I'm going to be very, very busy selling poppies for the Royal British Legion. So he's going to be doing Operation Paint and Wallpaper.
I think that sounds like a fair plan. I'm under instructions that I think putting our decorations up the last weekend in November because that will be the next time that Molly will be home after this weekend because she's now moved down to her boyfriend's house. So she's back up at the end of November. So apparently that's when we're putting the Christmas decorations up. Aww. Even though she won't be here to enjoy most of them for the most of the time. But apparently I'm not allowed to decorate without her.
Oh, bless.
Oh.
I know we've been discussing about where we're going to put the trees, with it being the first time in the new house and we own 4 Christmas trees. It's like, well, I'll have one in the lounge and we'll have one in the kitchen. Is there anywhere else we can stick a Christmas tree? So, yeah, it's going to be very exciting. And the whole prospect of being able to get the entire monorail setup done this year is getting my excitement levels through the roof. Thinking I can have the trio of monorail hotels up. I can have the Epcot loop. Oh, it's going to be so exciting, Jayne.
It is, and I'm always extremely jealous every year when you get your monorail loop out. And so this year you can be able to have more space, I would imagine, as well, to get it looking at its best as it should.
Hopefully so. We shall see. I will leave it all in Hubster's hands. It's his job. I just get to sit and admire it.
And what better way is there?
Yeah. Well, moving on, I have in my hands something to keep, one, my hands nice and warm, but two, a nice beverage. And I got into work this morning and my teaching assistant's only been back for 3 weeks following maternity leave, and she bought me a present.
Oh, that's nice. What present?
Yeah. It's Disney.
Surprise, surprise.
And it's a Beauty and the Beast cup. and on one side there's a like depiction of Belle and the Beast under like a big sort of cloche, and it says never give up, and then you turn it round and it's repeated on the other side, and it's all Beauty and the Beast, and it's like an old-fashioned china cup. And I just thought that was, do you know what, it's these little nice things that you know that she's been out and she thought, oh, that'll just suit Michelle. Oh, that's perfect as a nice little thing to say thank you. And little things like that, I think, really warm the cockles of the heart.
They do indeed. And I have to say that my mug of choice for most of our podcast recording is Mr. Toe's Wild Ride that you bought me last year.
Aww.
It's my favouriteest mug to drink out of.
It was a cool mug, was that? And I know how much you loved that attraction.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah. I got a goodie box the other day from the lovely Christine Sir, which was the Starbucks pin.
Nice.
And a 50th anniversary bag. So that was a really nice surprise too. And I know I've got a couple of other bits in on the mail, en route. So I'm very excited every day when I get home. Is there any mail for me? So we shall see. And I've got a whole host of things to send out for people for Crimble time as well.
Yeah, we did a little bit of shopping, didn't we, the other week? We mentioned that. We were thankful to the joys of Primark.
Yeah, and I've actually worn my snuddy and decided it is the warmest thing in the world. It is so warm and cosy.
Well, if you're getting a bit warm, just send it down here, love.
No, it's fine. I'm not going to complain.
Oh, okay. Because I could always try it out for you just to make sure, you know.
Nah, it's too big for you, Jayne. You'll drown in it. But it got me thinking about Disney and friendships, and particularly over the last sort of 18 months or so with COVID and everything, how our friendships have evolved and changed and altered and deepened, particularly with our friends that have had the ability to keep on going and enjoying Disney, whether land or world, when they've been opened. And also how, in my life, a lot of the friends that I had that are my non-Disney friends, I've moved and distanced a little. Those friendships haven't sort of been maintained as well as the ones that I've had with the people that I share the common love for Disney for.
Yeah, I would probably echo that as well, Michelle. I think it's always difficult anyway, living with Disney, particularly the American parks, being so far away from us anyway. Sometimes it can be hard to see what's happening and see what other people are up to, but at the same time there's almost a joy in that aspect of being able to see what is happening, and because then you can take that forward and say, oh, I've seen such and such, and now I'm really looking forward to doing that when I get to go there again. So there's that element, but I agree with you. I think it's an interesting time these last 18 months or so, and I think there are elements of it where true friendships have shone through.
Absolutely. And it's the little things, just the little message saying, hi, how you doing? Saw this meme, thought of you, type of thing. And yeah, it's really brought it home, because it's amazing by doing this podcast how it's enabled me to meet friends from all over the world. And the two of us met purely because of doing the podcast. Absolutely.
And, you know, I think it's that thing of like, I mean, we probably chat over message probably most days, don't we? And if sometimes it's just a, hey, how's you? And that's all it takes, isn't it? It's just to go, I'm thinking about you, or, you know, have you seen this, or what you doing? And it's just nice to be able to cement those friendships that have been made through a common core, if you like. And I can say there's a lot of our friends that are stateside, that some of whom we've never even met, that are able to share their getting up tos within Disney, and we can revel in that. I mean, we've got the little Christmas exchange going on, haven't we, with the podcast family page, and I've been chatting to my chosen partner, so to speak, and it's amazing little things that we've got in common that we would never realise had we not started to chat about, what sparks your interest and where do we go. So yeah, new friendships can be formed at any point, and you don't always have to know somebody in the flesh physically to get those little moments going.
Yeah, I'm so glad we've been able to do that little gift exchange again on the podcast family page, because I know last year a lot of people really enjoyed it. And it's not too late if you would like to join in. Why don't you just drop me a message, whether it's through our Facebook page or Instagram or Twitter, and we can sign you up and we'll find you a postal buddy in a sort of zone you'd like to be matched with, because we've got a couple of Australians swapping together, we've got Americans Canadian, we've got Americans Canadians with Europe. It's been quite a global phenomena, really.
Yeah, and I say it's just nice because you end up chatting with somebody that you may not have spoken with before, and who knows where that could lead to, because it's new friendships and new interests, and you might find somebody out there that you have more in common with than you ever could possibly believe. So, I think in this day and age when we can be so connected over the old tinternet, that it's something we should take advantage of, particularly at the moment when we can't get to be where we'd ideally like to be physically.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, never be afraid to reach out to each other and have those conversations and support each other through the good times, the bad times, and the Christmas times.
Yeah, because we love Christmas, don't we?
Love Christmas. And as we are talking about Christmas, I thought, how about we spend some time talking about some of the decadent delights that are tantalising the taste buds over in those theme parks in Disneyland and Walt Disney World in this season of goodwill, happiness, cheer, gingerbread and peppermint.
Yes, because it's that festive time of year when food becomes the be-all and end-all.
Do you know what? We don't need a season for that, love. Not needed.
To be fair, I think not only with the Christmas festivities coming along, and obviously Disney will always go out of their way to support and enhance that experience through food. Obviously Halloween, we've had a load of Halloweeny vibe treats going on. And then, of course, you add into the mix the 50th anniversaries over at Disney World, and the amount of different snacks and goodnesses. I don't think you could probably go and try every single one. I'm sure there's people out there that are trying every single thing that is appearing on a menu that's celebrating the 50th. But you've got to give your hats off to Disney when it comes down to food, because they do seem to enjoy the challenge of how can we celebrate insert name of festivity.
Because at the end of the day, it's all ka-chinging that money into the coffers. But if it's food, I don't seem to mind as much than I do if I was paying for, say, Genie Plus.
Well, exactly. I mean, at least with the food, there is some nourishment there. There may be, or there should be a reason for eating it. So there you go. It is doing something, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we've had a little peek through, and we've got some top tips that are tantalising our taste buds that we challenge you to go out there, try, enjoy and share on your own social media and with us, so that we get to know the skinny on whether it is worth those calories. And my first top tip is going to be, and I think Jayne could guess this, it is the one thing at Disneyland that I literally will be well, there's a few, but I will be crying for the most over, because I won't be able to taste it this year, and that is the peppermint ice cream you can get from the Gibson Girl ice cream parlour.
There's no surprise there from you, Michelle.
I love this ice cream because peppermint in this country, well, we tend to get mint ice cream, which is luminous green and isn't very nice, and normally has big chunks of dark chocolate in it, and it's just really weird. But this peppermint ice cream, for a start, is pink, and it has crushed up candy cane in it.
Nice.
So good. And Disney just go one step further. They don't just give you a scoop of ice cream. Oh, no. You can get 2 scoops peppermint ice cream with fudge topping, crushed peppermint, whipped cream and a cherry on top in the Peppermint Holiday Sundae. Get on the mobile order now. So that's where I'm starting, Jayne. Are you dabbling with some churros, or have you found something else to tantalise?
Well, I must admit, scrolling through, I had to stop at the churros because there is a plethora. That's a good word, isn't it? I like that. Plethora of different flavoured churros to be had from different locations around Disneyland. So we have, shall we go through them all? We have a chocolate cinnamon churro, which, to be fair, chocolate, cinnamon is a perfect combination in my book, regardless of what season it is. Two of my favouriteest flavours. So traditional cinnamon sugar churro rolled in hot chocolate powder. That's over the Churro Cart Castle Hub. Moving into Critter Country, we have the Groom churro. I was a little bit confused when I saw this.
Groom? As in horse ridey groom?
No, I think as in bride and groom.
How's that Christmas?
I'm not quite sure. So
Okay.
just bear with me, because in Critter Country we have a Groom churro. And over in New Orleans Square, we've got the Bride churro. That's the only reason I knew it's Bride and Groom, because I saw the next one down was Bride. So your Groom is your classic churro, but it's dressed, in air quotes, in a duo of dark and milk chocolate. So that's like the tuxedo sort of vibe, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Bride churro is elegantly dressed in a bouquet of vanilla and sugar. So there's lots of kind of wedding-y sort of nuances going on there, but I'm not quite sure why bride and groom are happening at Christmas. So answers on a postcard for that one, please. Moving over into Tomorrowland, we have the pink coconut churro. Again, I'm not quite sure what pink coconut's got to do with Christmas per se. But yeah, it's chocolate marshmallow. Comes with a chocolate marshmallow creme dipping sauce. But then over in Town Square, we have the holiday cookie churro topped with crushed ginger snaps. Got to love a ginger snap. Or ginger nut, as we would call them over here, wouldn't we?
We would.
Ginger nut dipped in coffee. Sorry, one of my faves from my childhood. With some holiday spices and some vanilla dipping sauce. So we have 5 churros to choose from. So if somebody would be so good as to test all 5 for us, we'd really appreciate that.
I thought you might send someone on the way to do your dirty work for you.
Well, I'm sure somebody out there would gladly take on that challenge, Michelle.
True.
I don't think there'd be much persuading to go on there. You know, I think somebody somewhere would be willing to take one for the team.
Hopefully so. Right, lovely. Well, for me, I mentioned peppermint. Well, the next thing that strikes a chord with me, is keeping on the minty flavour, is a chocolate mint macaron. Oh.
Nice, yeah.
With white peppermint cream filling, rich chocolate ganache, yummy, yummy, jolly holiday deliciousness. And while you're there, why don't you get a side order of a Mickey gingerbread, which is the softest of soft gingerbread. Not that stuff like we get in the UK that breaks your teeth. You know, ginger nuts. Oh, my word.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely perfect. And you can also get a savoury option of a roasted turkey, stuffing, gravy and cranberry sauce sarnie.
Nice.
Christmas dinner in bread. The only thing I can think of, being a girl from Yorkshire, how they can up-level this is instead of the bread, they put it in between a Yorkshire pudding. Oh,
I'm just going to say, I knew exactly what you were going to say there, Michelle.
Simpatico, babe, simpatico.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you all the way. I must admit, when you said macaron, I didn't know whether you were talking about the green alien ones over at Pizza Planet, because they do. I mean, they're probably not quite as nice as Jolly Holiday. I don't know, but they do look kind of very cute because the Toy Story alien shaped with like a little purple Santa hat on and the 3 eyes and a little purple and white candy cane. They're very cute. Whether they're going to taste as cute as they look, I don't know. Filled with marshmallow creme and chocolate ganache, but that's where I thought you were heading with that.
No.
Proved me wrong.
Well, you see, sometimes I'm not predictable as you would think. What about you, Jayne? Anything else tantalising?
Well, can I go on the peppermint thing as well?
Of course.
Because as we seem to have a bit of a peppermint theme going on, because you can now get peppermint beignets, 3 or 6 packs, just with peppermint powdered sugar. So who doesn't love a beignet?
Everybody loves a beignet.
Everybody does a beignet. And it's Mickey shaped, so that's like no calories. And then they put peppermint on it. So, that's one for you. You're going to love that, aren't you? That's, a given.
Yeah.
Although, can I just ask a question?
Go on.
Eggnog, yay or nay?
No. Just
No,
because I can't get out of the whole thing that it's egg.
Yeah.
And I don't want to drink egg. I want to fry it. I want to scramble it. I want to poach it. I want to boil it. I don't want to burp over it, drinking it in a cold beverage.
Well, that's the thing. It's like when I saw it was Red Rose Tavern. It's an eggnog cold brew, so it's cold brew coffee and eggnog. And I was like, no, it's just there's certain things, isn't there, in life that you have a bit of an aversion to, and it's like no matter what they do to it, you just go, no, it's wrong. And I'm sorry, but eggnog is one of those things with me.
Yeah, it's a weird one, and I've seen pictures of friends sharing the cartons of eggnog that's available in the store over in the US already. I'm really, really excited about it, and I'm like, eggnog, cold, coffee, cold brew, cold. It's like putting mushy peas and beetroot together. Two things I just don't even want to think of. Can you imagine? Ugh.
Yeah, I can imagine. I don't want to imagine. Thank you very much.
Well, I want to get some sweetness to get away from your yuckiness.
Okay.
I'm going to go to Riverbell Terrace, and you can do that good old mobile dine walk up. Hummingbird cake.
Oh, I love a bit of hummingbird cake.
Oh, the best hummingbird cake, I will be honest, is available from Chef Art Smith's place over at Disney Springs. But this one looks really good. And the difference that makes it hummingbird rather than carrot is that good old pineapple and the bit more umphier spice that you get. Yummy, yummy, get in my tummy.
Yeah, I must admit, I do have a recipe for a hummingbird cake. It's not very often I make it nowadays, but it is rather yummy when I do get around to it.
Anything else tantalising over in Disneyland for you?
I see they've got a holiday Dole Whip Sunday.
Oh, do you know, I was about to say that myself. Sounds good.
It does. A swirl of Dole Whip, cherry and lime topped with festive decorations. So obviously cherry and lime's going to look really festive, actually, like the red and the green. I kind of like that idea. And it's a Dole Whip, so if you're going to bung a bit of festive something on it, you're going to have it, aren't you?
Absolutely. And it's Dole Whip, so calories don't count.
Of course, that's what we need to stick to. Dole Whip and Mickey-shaped things. I keep forgetting. Yeah. That's the way to do it.
The last one for Disneyland I've picked up is a savoury item, Jayne.
Oh, it's the savoury ones to have as well, Michelle. I forgot
there are savoury
those.
things to have.
I kind of get distracted by all the sweetness.
This is available from Smoke Jumpers Grill, which is one of my favourite sort of quick serve type of eateries in Disneyland, that you can go and you know what you're going to get. It says it on the tin. It's going to be a good quality burger with some nice interesting fries or sides. And this one is a cranberry turkey burger. So it's got the cranberry, it's got barbecue sauce, it's got seasoned sweet potato fries, fried onion strings with a choice of either waffle cut fries or onion rings, or if you're being a bit naughty, both. Just love that.
Sounds very yummy.
Yeah, portable food, Jayne. It's the future.
Absolutely.
So that's it for Disneyland for me. Have you anything else you want to add?
No, I'm quite liking that selection. It's nice to throw a bit of savoury in at the end after we've eaten all the sweet stuff.
Yeah. Now we've got some selections from Walt Disney World. I must admit though, having dined decadently through Disneyland, I sort of ran out of appetite for Walt Disney World, and I've only come up with a couple. So I'm going to pass the mantle over to you in the hope that there's a few more things that interest you.
Well, I kind of sticking with the sweet tooth, and this is really bad because I've gone by the picture and not by the description. Because I just thought it looked so cute. And it's over Animal Kingdom Lodge at the Mara. They've got a Gingiraffe, which is a gingerbread giraffe cookie. But it looks so cute because it's like shape of a giraffe in gingerbread over like a tree cone shape with, and the tree's got the icing and the decorations on it, and there's like a little like holly leaf decoration on the giraffe, and it just looks so cute. I know you shouldn't go by what food looks like, but I couldn't resist it when I saw it. And they've also got a chocolate peppermint ornament over at Sana as well, and that's Ghanaian dark chocolate mousse and peppermint crunch. And I just thought, oh, dark chocolate mousse. And it does, again, it looks so pretty. And there's like a little swoosh, a little bit of, I don't know what the chefy term is, when they do that fancy stuff where they just like take the back of a spoon and get the jus or the little bit of fondant or whatever it is and just wish it across the plate. And if you and I do it, it looks like a right mess, but chefs do it and it looks gorgeous, doesn't it?
Well, if I do it, it looks like someone's vommed up on the plate, but a chef makes it look like a really elegant sort of like curly comma.
Yeah, and this is done in this like a looped round, so it looks like what would be the thread for hanging an ornament, which I thought was really sweet. But yeah, that's like pomegranate and raspberry. So I do love that combination of a really dark chocolate and having that sweet sharpness of raspberries. So they did kind of jump out at me. But again, I'm eating with my eyes and not necessarily with my belly, if that makes sense.
No, that's all right.
And why is it all the pictures that said Disney Parks blog or whomever put up are all the pictures of the sweet stuff? So I'm instantly drawn to sweet things.
Well, I'm going to say this is a sweet thing, but it might have a bit of savoury to it, and it's over at my favourite eatery over in Animal Kingdom, and that's the Thule Canteen.
Oh, okay. And what are they doing?
They've got a pumpkin cheesecake mousse.
Pumpkin cheese. Ooh, okay.
It's served on chocolate dirt. It has cranberry boba pearls, and then it has literally the wonderful bedecked in orange glaze pumpkin. And they do these style of desserts, and they're very seasonal throughout the year in just changing out the flavour and the colouring of the glaze. It looks pretty, it looks divine, it tastes good, and they're normally about $5-6. And you're going to be able to go to Thule Canteen and get some nice freshly grilled meats, or they have the veggie options, and it's just good food, done simply, not mucked about with, great flavours. They also are well known for their bowls, as I said, and they're doing a special one, which is a Thanksgiving bowl with cornbread stuffing, sliced roast turkey, cranberry boba pearls, gravy and slaw in a bowl. Get your face in it, starting November 25th.
Nice.
Yeah, can't beat it, love.
No.
What else did you come up with?
Well, again, I do feel off because it's not normally like me to go for the sweet stuff, isn't it, Michelle? I'm normally looking for something that's a little bit more, keto friendly. But unfortunately, they don't seem to do anything that's really keto friendly when it comes to festivities and particularly Christmas. So it's a bit, whatever. But over at Sleepy Hollow, Magic Kingdom, ginger apple funnel cake.
Do you know, that's you and your funnel cake obsession to a T.
Well, it is. And it's like, I love gingerbread anyway. Gingerbread apple pie, it's kind of your quintessential Christmassy, autumnally, wintry sort of, I have memories of my mum would always make apple crumble, and we'd have apple and blackberry crumble, and then she'd always do like some sort of apple-y cake with a ginger vibe going through it as well. And I've got her old recipe that I typed out when I was probably about 10 or 12 on a typewriter. This is how old I am. So it's all those sorts of warm, lovely hug memories, if you know what I mean. So yeah, gingerbread funnel cake, apple pie filling, vanilla ice cream and caramel sauce. Thank you. I'm done.
Do you know, that sounds absolutely yummy in my tummy. Walt Disney World have got a whole host of biscuits, and I'm not even going to waste my time explaining about them all because there's just so many of them. A lot of them do involve Mickey shapes, looking a bit like Santa, and obviously calorie free, which is great. there are quite a few beverages available as well, which is all good because who doesn't love a beverage?
Absolutely.
But my one thing I've picked out, which for me is just Christmas, it's Disney, is the Mickey Cinnamon Roll.
Yeah.
Main Street
Classic.
Bakery at the Magic Kingdom. Mickey shaped cinnamon roll the size of your head, and it's Christmas because it's drizzled with red and green icing.
Yeah, well, you know what? There's some things you just don't really mess with, isn't it? And yeah, put a bit of ice on to make it festive. But at the end of the day, cinnamon roll, Mickey shaped, done.
Job's a good one. You don't need to mess around with perfection.
I was going to say, why mess with something that you know? If it ain't, what's the phrase? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, type of thing.
Yeah. Anything else catching your taste buds?
Well, you mentioned alcohol, didn't you, at some point? Beverages, I think you referred to.
I did.
How about going to Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar down at Disney Springs and have a Clausmo?
Clausmo. Oh, I love the Imagineers when they come up with these names. I really do. A Clausmo.
A Clausmo. So it sounds even better with a Yorkshire accent. I automatically tried to copy what you said. It didn't come out of my mouth quite as eloquently as you. So yeah, your traditional cosmopolitan, but with a shimmery twist, garnished with red and white sugar and a candy cane.
All I can say, Jayne, is that this cosmopolitan is photographed next to a green elf elixir.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what that's meant to mean.
Which is the most vomit-inducing colour ever. It's creme de menthe base with half and half cookie crumb and a holly leaf sugar garnish, and it's like that really weird green colour. And you remember back to when you were like 17 and you raided your parents' drinks cupboard, and the one thing they always had loads of was creme de menthe, because some person had bought them it 27 years ago and they'd never drunk it, and it was there, and all the top had been crystallised as you unscrewed it, because they'd opened it and then re-screwed it up again and thinking, nah, this is horrible, and it's there, and you're like thinking, well, I want to get drunk, I want some alcohol, and you taste it and it's like, toothpaste.
Yeah, it just looks too milky for my liking. It just, no.
Yeah, not one happening for me. Not one for me. But there are so many amazing things, and for me, the Christmas Cuteness Cup goes to our friends over at Emirates.
Oh, what's he highlighting there?
They've done a holiday Mickey Mouse mini dome cake, and it's just that simple half dome with 2 ears covered in red and green sprinkles. Mickey's buttons have been changed to a seasonal green, and it's just perfect. It's under $8. It's tasty, it's Christmassy, it's Instagrammable, it's scoffable, it's everything.
Yeah, I'm going to have to say a lot of the images that we're seeing at the moment, they are going to be very Instagrammable. If they're able to reproduce these food items in the way that they've been showcased so far, it's going to be worth just having some of these just purely for the photo op.
Yeah. Well, that's our foodie tour of what's available. There are hundreds, literally hundreds more items for you to enjoy, explore and share. Please let us know if you're in the parks, what you're trying, why you're trying, how much it cost, what you thought. Please share with us. We can join in vicariously from thousands of miles away. We don't have to actually be there in person, do we, guys?
Absolutely.
I'm now hungry, Jayne. I don't know about you,
This
mate.
is the problem, isn't it? We talk about food and then we get ourselves all hungry.
Yeah, I've literally got no food in the cupboards. It's a bit like Mother Hubbard's at the moment. The cupboards are bare. I'm going to have to scrape something together, and I'll just have to use my best imagination that I'm going to actually be eating a Cherry Jubilee bubble waffle instead of eating the beans on toast I probably will get. Anyway, guys, big thank you for tuning in this week. If you want to share anything with us, Twitter, Instagram, @DisDreamGirls. You can email info@DisneyDreamGirls.com. You can visit our Disney Dream Girls page on Facebook. And you can request to join our Disney Dream Girls podcast family by just searching for that very page. Jayne's available at Jayne Phipps over on Twitter. And we will be back next week with some more Disney fun. And if you can't wait, I want the next show a little bit earlier, why not pop on over to patreon.com/Disney Dream Girls, where you can get extra content in return for helping us out. Anyway, good lovelies, have a fantastic week. Enjoy the season of goodwill to all. And it's a goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.